Oh! Welcome to the show.
This year, if you guys aren't aware, is my 10-year anniversary of being a content creator on the internet. 10 years that every single day I've been putting out new gameplay content, vlogging, all kinds of fun stuff for you guys on the internet. And being that it is the 10-year anniversary, I have some good ideas for maybe some celebratory events that I can hold. In particular, some special playthroughs that I'm thinking of doing this summer. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that and get your feedback, hopefully, during the course of this show to figure out, what exactly we could do for a 10-year anniversary. A decade as a gaming content creator is a pretty amazing achievement.
To cheer sub and tip with a question, I'm not just going to drop everything I'm talking about on the podcast to answer your question now. All right?
Sounds good?
All right, baby. Yeah. Oh, take my system. Let's get started.
Okay. Pretty awesome that it's 2018. I'm still here. In fact, I'm actually getting stronger than ever right now. What do I mean by that? I mean, I am invigorated with, if you can't tell, I'm invigorated with positivity. I'm feeling so good right now because so many positive things are happening in regards to myself, my content, my future. I'm really pumped right now because of all the positive stuff that's been going on recently. Now, you might be saying,
whoa, Phil, 2 months ago you did a podcast on Thanksgiving and everything was uncertain. You were wondering if you were going to have to sell your house and you were wondering what was going on with everything. And now here you are 2 months later and it seems like a completely different attitude. What the hell's going on? What's changed?
All right, fair enough. Let me tell you guys just a little bit about what's been going on these past few months. And by the way, before we even get to this, I'll preface this. Am I out of the woods?
No.
Am I financially great now?
Absolutely not.
But at least the immediate threat that I had, that, oh my God, I have this impending amount of money that I'm going to owe and I have no way to raise it. I don't know what I'm going to do. At least that impending threat temporarily has been taken care of. And that's why I'm feeling so much better. All right. And it's because of you guys and your support, your amazing amount of support that you showed ever since that podcast in November, right? It really started then. You guys started showing up in droves for streams, cheering, subbing, tipping, being amazingly positive, talking, not listening to the negative bullshit that everyone says about me on a constant basis that I have nothing to do with, and instead just coming to the streams and enjoying them at face value. Things have grown exponentially here on Twitch. If you're watching this live on Twitch, just take a look at the channel. Take a look at how many people are watching right now. Take a look at the positivity and stuff going on in the stream chat instead of the negative shit that used to be around, right? Take a look at the amount of subs I've got. Take a look at the amount of followers I got. Things are going up and up and up on Twitch, and this is amazing.
I busted my ass
to change myself and become more of a live streamer than anything else. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a bombshell hits me that I was not ready for. I certainly never saw coming. I had paid someone thousands of dollars for years to make sure that they had covered me from shit like this, and the guy didn't do his job. I should have been paying what's called the state business and occupation tax for doing business in the state of Washington. Now, I was like,
but I don't understand. I don't own or operate a business. All I do is I have a YouTube channel I make ad revenue on.
Okay. What should have happened was when I moved here, I should have notified the state of Washington that I was going to be doing this kind of business, and they would have evaluated whether or not this qualified as something that had to be actually registered as a real business in the state of Washington. I was like, okay, whatever you say. I literally barely am scraping by, being able to pay my bills and everything on the fly, adjusting in 2017 to become more of a live streamer because of the YouTube ad revenue problem. And now you're going to tell me, after all that hard work and changes and dedication, everyone loving the content I'm putting out, that now I may have to completely give up on all of this because I owe thousands of dollars of back taxes because some asshole in Connecticut didn't do his fucking job. I was going to owe back taxes from the years of 2014 through the years of 2016, taxes that I had owed and I hadn't paid. I was going to have to register myself as an actual business in the state of Washington in order to keep doing this as a job. I was going to owe taxes for the business and occupation tax for the year of 2017. The good news is that wasn't overdue. Thank God. I can already tell you, just in the initial things that the tax attorney has done for me, I've paid over $1,000. Money that I don't have. It was money that I put on a credit card that racked up more debt and screwed me over even further. All right. So all this happening, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if, where's this money going to come from? I can't, I'm barely making by. I'm barely paying my bills. So I revealed all of this to you guys in November on the last Hate Live podcast. And when I did, I basically said, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, to the bottom line is, if I can't find a way to raise extra money to take care of this issue, I might have to sell my house. Because I have nothing else. I'm stretched to my limits financially with credit. I don't have any more credit left to put more on a credit card or whatever. I just don't have it. I can't take out any more personal loans. I'm stretched to my absolute limits. I've done everything I could to cut back. I got rid of my expensive car, got a much cheaper car. I got rid of extra phone lines. I downgraded everything I possibly could to save. I got rid of my cable, got cheaper stuff there. Literally, I've downgraded as much as I possibly can without selling my house. All right, in order to make ends meet and try to make this work. In the month of December, people heard what had happened to me. And even though there was all this stupid, really fucking stupid, negative nonsense going on the outside, Phil as an escort, all this stupid shit that's just so dumb and had no substantiation in fact at all, people took me at my word and said, we're going to help Phil out. They attended the streams, all right? They cheered, subbed, and tipped. They followed. Basically, the month of December, ladies and gentlemen, in all the years that I've live streamed since 2013, the month of December by far was my best streaming month of all time.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. People loved paying my bills.
Now, we're not out of the woods yet, folks, all right? The bad news is we still got lingering issues, okay? Number one, the back taxes that I owe. I don't know what they are. And in fact, I just recently wrote to the guy at the state of Washington who I deal with for this and say, I haven't heard from you really since December, and I'm going to pay the 2017 taxes that I owe, but what are you doing with these back taxes? You still haven't sent me a formal notice of what I owe, if you're going to allow me to go on a payment plan or not. And basically the guy came back and said, well, now that you're registered as a business and you're paying your taxes, you're good. We're going to eventually hit you with this back tax issue, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And I'm like, wow, isn't that nice? So I needed to move my ass and bust my ass in order to get all my information together and get everything done to get it paid or whatever. But now we're just going to kind of wait until they get around to finally doing the work and telling me what I owe and doing all that. Gee, thanks, right? I mean, I'm nervous because I don't know what I owe. They're not telling me. I don't know. The other thing that's a factor here isn't the fact of what I owe, but the fees and the interest, because this is 2.5 years of back taxes that I should have been paying all along and I didn't. There's fees and interest now associated with this money. And I don't know how much it could be just as much as the amount of money that I owe. It could double the amount of money that I actually owe on these back taxes. And I have no idea what those are going to be. It makes me really fucking nervous. Because that uncertainty of not knowing, what's it going to be? When's it going to be due? How much a month? If it is a payment plan, how much a month? Is it going to be something I can afford? It fucking kills me, man. And again, it's still right here on my shoulder, Sadly, what I think has happened to me in the past several years, I've let myself become inundated with the negative. With all the negative shit that happens around me, the shit that people say about me on the internet, people I've never heard of or talked to who attack me constantly because they're fucking no-lifes. It's like, I let that ball up and become a part of me, and then I become negative. And I don't want to be like that. And this last month, if anything, the rallying that you guys have done to support me is amazing. I'm still going to owe my new tax attorney, a lot of money because they are incredibly expensive. Tax attorneys are incredibly expensive, especially when they have to do a special situation here where they had to rectify my back taxes and everything. They're going to charge me a amount of money. So there's going to probably be, no lie, thousands of dollars coming up that I'm going to owe my tax attorney. That's still an issue, all right? That's kind of lingering on me. And I hate to say it, your positivity and your support in December was great, and it got me through the short term. But now, sadly, what that does is it creates long-term issues when it comes to my federal taxes. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I paid all my taxes that I owed the federal government as of the end of 2017. But when you own your own business, like I do, and you operate, you're self-employed or however you want to call it, your taxes are considered estimated. They're based on an estimate of what you were going to make in a year. Now, I can tell you guys concretely that the estimate of what my tax attorney thought I was going to make in 2017 and what I actually made in 2017 are different. In fact, because of the rallying that you guys did in December, I made a big chunk of money at the end of the year that normally wouldn't have been made, and that raised my income. So
guess what?
I underpaid my federal taxes for 2017, which means come April,
Guess what?
I owe another chunk of taxes that are unpaid, but how would I have known that? There's no way I would have known what I owed because there was no way to tell what rallying was going to happen or anything like that. That's the nature of the beast. When you're self-employed, you never know what taxes you owe. And no matter, you could overpay or you could underpay, and that some years you'll come up on top where you paid more, so you get a refund, and some years you owe an underpay and now you owe fees and extra money come April. And it's bullshit because the government really should do a better job when it comes to those kind of taxes for self-employed people, but they don't. They leave all the burden on you, and then they charge you fees like you did something wrong. How was I supposed to know I was going to get an overwhelming rallying of support at the end of the year and estimate that I needed to pay more taxes? There's no way I could have known that, but the government penalizes me for that. You should have known.
Okay, I'll get my crystal ball out, I'll shine it up real nice, and I'll shove it right up the IRS's ass because there's no fucking way that I could predict that. It's ridiculous. With the taxes coming up in April and everything, there's gonna probably be times where I'm gonna have to appeal to you guys again to try to save my butt. I know it's gonna happen, you know. I'm gonna be a realist here. I'm not gonna be a jerk, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm being honest with you. I get the feeling, you know, there's gonna be times when I'm gonna have to appeal to you guys for help this year.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All of that, baby. Do that, baby, too.